Hi, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education. Click the link for a free week trial, no credit card required, and gain access to our multiple live broadcasts daily, community chat room, educational videos, nightly watch lists, and more. Invest in your education and future and join the community today. Hello, you gold fiends looking at the daily, weekly, and shorter term time frames. The bulls showed up today, which was a good sign. And again, we have to factor in that Stockcharts.com here closes the candlestick before trading is done on the day. So has us down here at 1273, where we look at XAU USD. We're up in the upper 1270s. So we did close here. It shows at the low of the day, but obviously that's not the case. We have the 200-day moving average support holding. We can see that we're forming this oversold bounce very clearly. The bulls are in control of this oversold bounce, but we have the Bollinger Bands very tightly squeezed together at this point, and we need to either break out above the upper Bollinger Band or trade sideways while we wait for these Bollinger Bands to begin ascending again and spreading out. So that Bollinger Band is 1278.60. We'll have to see what level it stands at tomorrow, but I'm more concerned with the longer term and shorter term time frames rather than the daily chart. So the weekly chart, the bulls really want to hold a back test of the 200-week moving average of 1273.54. We gained that support very barely on Friday, closing above that level. And if we can back test and hold this level, it will again decrease the odds that this is a bear flag on the weekly time frame, which it is still possible that it could be. And Wednesday, we know we have the FOMC. And if we get a bearish reaction to that FOMC and we see gold dump down to 1260, that will increase the odds very significantly that this is a bear flag and that we could potentially break the low of 1243. So Wednesday is an extremely important day for gold. And looking at the hourly chart, we consolidated from that breakout on Friday. Lower highs and lower lows. We built this base here at 1272. Bullish reversal hammer confirmed. Bullish MACD cross. Nice follow through of strength at the end of the day. I've got resistance here on XAU USD up at 1279.35, and then the high of Friday 1284.11. So what stood out to me in terms of the miners is I'm always comparing the miners, the market, and the price of gold. And on Friday, the bull miners did not see anywhere near the action you would expect for gold being up at 1284. So today what stood out to me is I was looking at NUGT, and I saw that NUGT, we closed very strong on these bull miners at the high of the day, so that's a good sign heading into tomorrow. But what stands out to me is that NUGT was at the high of Friday earlier on today. And at that point in time, I flashed over and looked at gold. Gold was $10 lower than the high of Friday, and the market was pretty much flat. So that tells me that the gold miners were lagging behind on this move, and now they're starting to catch up because the market strength wasn't really much cause for upside movement in these bull miners today. And again, gold was $10 lower at that point, but we had NUGT at the same price. So now we're seeing that bullish follow through. Our higher low has been set at 13, make that 1229. If we break that level, it's a huge red flag for the short-term bulls. And we're looking to head up and break $15. Our higher low is established. Now we need a higher high. So conversely, like I said, if we had a bearish reaction to the Fed, if we get a bullish reaction, and gold heads up to the 1280s. There is not much resistance after, let's look at the 4-hour chart. After this high we just set on Friday up at 1284, we are looking pretty good up towards 1300. I've got resistance at 1293.10. It's not significant. And then 1300 psychological because of how quickly we dumped. The bounce should not be too difficult up at those levels. So catalyst for the bulls or the bears is coming on Wednesday. And if we see a bullish reaction, the miners are going to be looking to break their high and continue this move to the upside. For JNUG, that resistance is up at 1397. So JNUG was weaker than NUGT today. It stood out, and you can see the lower high compared to yesterday, 1229 and 1225, whereas NUGT broke its high by a pretty significant margin, about 50 cents, 49 cents. So that definitely stood out, and we see times where we're going back and forth between which one is more bullish on the short term, and this was an example where NUGT was more bullish. So it's all about Wednesday and what we're going to get with the Fed, and I do anticipate a significant reaction one way or the other, and we'll see what it is. We'll certainly be all over it live. I usually go live on webcam 2 p.m. for those announcements due to all the volatility, and I'll be planning on doing that this week as well. But we'll be back Wednesday, or actually every day until then, forever, doing these videos every afternoon. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for all the likes and the shares and the love. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.